Hi, and welcome to another 5-minute webinars. I'm your host, Adam Jolly. Please be sure to tweet your questions and comments to hashtag 5minutes. Our presenter today is Richard Schickel. Richard, tell us your big idea.
Hi, I've worked for the Internal Revenue Service for 33 years as a senior tax collector, and I retired, and I wrote a book about it because I figured out that my life and the things that I did in my life were vastly different from most people's lives. And there's a lot of things in my book that are useful to the tax-paying public and also the non-tax-paying public. One of the big things in the book is that only 80% of Americans file or pay income taxes, ever. The IRS knows about this, and there's been studies done, and the IRS knows that between 14 and 20% of people get away with this crime, and they don't do anything about it. They continue to chase after the W-2 wage earner employee instead of going after the people that never file and never pay. And I thought that that was outrageous because, of course, I've had to file and pay my whole life. And it's painful when you do have to pay, and then you know that the system's not fair and equitable to everyone. And then we also have a lot of other little secrets that the IRS victim to, where we have something called the Social Security loophole, where people can file for Social Security benefits without ever paying income or Social Security taxes, because IRS is afraid to report back to Social Security whether they actually paid the income taxes, so Social Security just gives them credit. So, of course, this costs hundreds of millions or billions of dollars a year. Not really clear about that. But so the part that I like about the IRS is it does fund everything that has to do with the government. So about $400 billion a year is collected and spent on everything that is needed, from welfare to the national parks to paying for the guards at the White House. But and it's ineffective and for the people that it does collect from, mostly the people that file and pay voluntarily. So it does collect $3.1 trillion. It also pays out about $800 billion for defense-related projects. What I wanted to talk to in the book that I wrote, IRS Whistleblower, is about doing the right thing is not a priority for IRS. Collecting money is not a priority. Making correct assessments is not a priority. The IRS wants to close cases, and the right hand often doesn't know what the left hand is doing, because the IRS is not user-friendly. When you call to try to resolve your cases or write to them, you face delays of usually you'll be on the phone for a couple hours just waiting for them to pick up the phone. 40% of the time they do answer the phone. That's right, 40% of the time they answer the phone. It was just publicized the other day, 8.8 million calls were dropped of people trying to resolve their tax problems. Part of this is because the IRS staff is old and demoralized, dispirited from the years of budget cuts. So you have 40% of the IRS staff that can retire in the next 4 years. And that's leading us to a crisis of confidence in the nation's tax collector. Unfortunately, there are some people, especially in management in the IRS, that's not really doing their motivation. Their motivation is not doing the right thing. It's drawing a line in the sand, showing people how wrong they are or what they've done wrong, and trying to make examples of people. It's called IRS Whistleblower, and it's on Amazon, and there's also a website, www.theirswhistleblower.com.
Very good. Well, that's all we have for today. Again, please be sure to tweet your questions and comments to hashtag 5minutes. Richard, thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.